Right. So I was told that I should get some information about it, and well, that's why we're here, and
Okay,
that's
sounds good. Yeah, tonight, my main, I guess, area of focus is the actual business part of it, but I'm also going to be giving a little overview of the water, just a little bit. I'm not going to go too in depth, but just so we know what we're working with, I'm going to explain the water a little bit.
sounds good. Yeah, because I drink it. I've been drinking it for a while now, and it's pretty good. So I feel the effects, and like I know that it's good. It's really good water, actually. So
Okay, that's great.
apparently the ingredients of the water, my mother wanted me to see, like what does the water like in. I mean, she just wants me to see what those selling points are on that water. So that's why I'm here, basically. Like
Okay.
because I know the water is really good.
Yeah, what have
For
you
sure.
experienced from the water? Like, what are the differences you've seen?
I mean, just the way like it feels when you drink it. I mean, it's just like you feel like if you drink it over like a couple weeks, like straight, that it's just good for the body. There's a big difference in just your mental, um, like like everything. You just physically feel the water is also like going like down way easier and like getting absorbed way quicker by the cells apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's
there's
great.
multiple forms and stuff, like
Yeah.
apparently beauty, like what one of them is skin beauty or something like that, and then there's like one that's really acidic. You can even wash the dishes with it. So
Okay.
like there's like a lot of variants to this, whatever, like I want
Yeah.
to know about it.
Yeah, that's why it actually works because not only like do we get the benefits from the water, but like you said, there's other waters that it produces. And all I can explain that a little bit too tonight because it's good. I feel like tonight is a good overview because usually it's meetings just about the water itself and the benefits.
Hmm.
And then I used to have ones where it was just about the business. So tonight I'm gonna combine them a little bit. So first I'll talk about the water, and basically what you said, like the benefits. I'll just talk about the three properties of the water,
Yeah,
just super quick, and then I'll go into why it's super beneficial for us.
sounds
But
good.
hello everyone else. Hi Chris. Welcome.
So,
Salom. Was that Farsi? Okay. I don't know who Zoom user is. I'm not sure. Is that Nima? I don't know if Nima that's you, but you can write to me in the chat. Um, okay. I'm just going to go ahead and start. Um, let's see. Let me share my screen. Does anyone have anything to say before I start? Chris, do you have anything, any general questions for me to answer? Ryan, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I'm going to start with, and I'm going to share some slides so it's easier when I'm talking. But before I get into it, I want to ask you guys, how much extra monthly income is it worth it for you to start a new business? And you can write to me in the chat. The chat comes privately to me, I believe. No one else can see it. But for you to like spend time on something new, like learn about a new business, what's your goal? What's your monthly income that you desire? I just want to see where everyone is at before we get started. let's see. The question was, how much extra monthly income is it for you? Is it worth it for you to start a new business? Chris was asking. Okay, $1,000. That's very, very, very attainable. My mom said $1 million a month. Okay, I think that needs a little bit of work.
6,000.
How can I help you today?
6,000. That's very good. Let's see. Sorry, one moment.
Oh, you're doing it in the wrong thing.
Uh-oh.
It's not the 15, 17,
2, 8, 2, 3, 5, 3.
Okay,
Okay.
don't. Wait, I'm about to say. Wait, oh, I'm gonna say one in the chat.
$1 million. Okay. Chris also said $1 million. Okay. So I'm glad you guys have big dreams. Okay, so we're gonna talk about. Okay, yeah, you can still tell me as we're going on what you think is attainable. I guess what you desire, and then it just depends on you, basically. This business is something. Mom, can you help him join the meeting? Sorry. So it's basically something where you have the freedom, and it's however much effort you want to put into it, that's how much you get back, basically. And there's no limit. I know people who make millions of dollars a year just by working on this business, but they've worked hard. They're really passionate about it. Oh, hi, Millie. Nice to see you. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Okay. So let's see. So there's this guy named Robert Kiyosaki. He's a very successful businessman and investor, and he just shares his knowledge with the world. This is him. And I don't know if you guys have heard of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a pretty famous book. And he's also written the book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And in this book, he says that in this world, there's basically 4 ways that we can earn income. So the first one is by being an employee. This is the type of job where you go in and you clock out, and you get paid based on the hour. And then the one after that is when you're self-employed. So these are your doctors, your lawyers, your dentists. So these people, now they own the job. They don't work for a job, but they own a job, but they're still trading their time for money. And then after that, that's when it goes into being a business owner, which is what we're talking about today. And this is when you get that leverage, that time freedom. And then once you have that excess money, once you've saved up money, then you can go become an investor, and then just like make the money work for you, basically. But these are the 4 general ways that we can make money in this world. And I think most people start out by being an employee. That's just like your first job. I was an employee when I was in high school. I worked at a little boba shop. But these are the different ways. And today we're going to be talking about this business and why it's so beneficial for us. Okay. So just like how I asked you guys how much money is worth it for you to start a new business, why do you think, besides the reasons why I just explained, why do you think having a business is good for us or is beneficial? Like, what are some good pointers about having a business compared to being an employee? You can also write to me in the chat, anything you want. Anything, there's no wrong answers. Let's see what you guys are saying. Sleeping whenever you want. Okay. Very nice. There's no boss. There's less taxes, which is super important because we know we pay a lot of taxes when we work for other people. That's super big. And I wish I could make the chat public for all of us, but I can't change that right now. So the messages are only coming to me. Okay. Okay, good answers. These are some things I wrote down. I said you can have time freedom. So yeah, sleeping whenever you want, working whenever you want. Yes, Millie. There's tax benefits, just like Nima said. There's connections. When you have your own business, you start connecting with so many people around you. And then it also helps you become a great leader, which is what I'm doing. I feel like my leadership skills have improved so much within this past year, just because I'm having to help other people, help my team members, and that's helped me become a great leader. And I love that about myself. So these are some benefits that I wrote down personally, but the list can just go on and on. Okay. So this is a little overview of today, but I want to talk about what we're actually working with. So I know Nima, you've never heard anything about this. This is your first time coming. But basically what we work with is a water ionizer, and I'm actually going to show you that right here. This is what it looks like. It's a water ionizer that you put in your kitchen, and it's connected to your tap water, and it's also connected to the electricity. So it basically ionizes the water and gives us these three properties, which are super beneficial for our health. So I used to think that all water was the same. I think a lot of people still think that way. But once I saw the demonstration, once I started drinking this water and seeing the difference, I realized that water can really be different. And because this ionizer is plugged into electricity, as the water is running through it, it's basically splitting the water into two parts. So it's taking out the acidic part and taking out the part with all the heavy metals, all the chemicals that are in our tap water. And then it gives us water that is full of hydrogen gas, which I don't know if you guys know, but hydrogen gas is the most powerful type of antioxidant in the world. So that's what gives us that antioxidation property, which is very, very anti-inflammatory. And it also suppresses the aging process of the cells inside your body. And then as the water is running through the ionizer, like I said, how the molecules are being split, the clusters are actually very much smaller. So now when you're drinking this ionized water, all of the water is getting absorbed to your cells, whereas with other waters, I would say most of it, I would say like 10% of it gets absorbed, and then all the rest, so most of it just goes and sits in your stomach. That's why I know I personally felt bloated all the time when I would drink other types of water. Like I always knew that I can't drink water if I'm about to go work out because it makes me feel so bloated. But then this one, because those clusters of molecules are broken down through the process, it gives you micro-clustered water. So it fully gets absorbed to your cells, giving you full hydration. And then the water is also alkalized. So the pH that we're drinking is actually at a pH of 9.5. And as I don't know if you guys have heard, this has been spreading recently because there's been so many studies about it, that your body cannot grow disease or cancer in an alkaline state. So disease and cancer only grow when your body is super acidic, and many health conditions. So we want to get away from that, and we want to basically optimize our health by keeping our body alkaline. Let's see. Okay, so this company, which is called Enagic, actually has many certificates around the world, and it's continuing to gain those certificates. Like I know we just got one in Germany last year, basically for the water, and in Japan, this, which is where it was made in Japan, it's actually medically certified for preventing disease. So this is known as a medical device, basically. And the reason why it has all these certificates is because inside your ionizer, the thing that's used to separate the water are these platinum plates, and platinum is very expensive. And it's been tested, and that's why it's able to get all these certificates. And then in the US, we actually have been awarded the gold seal, which is the highest certification you can get by the Water Quality Association. And this is the only water ionizer that has this certification, because I know there's been some other companies that have tried to basically copy this, but because they don't use quality inside their machines, none of them have been able to get any of these certificates. So that's how we know we can basically trust the scientists, the people who run these tests, to tell us that, yes, this is real, this is what we're getting, and it works. So then, and not only does it give us drinking water with all those amazing benefits, the reason why it's so great is that it has some other special waters with other pHs that can help you and your family go chemical free, and your household can be completely green. Like for example, Arian, you were talking about the beauty water, and that is basically, I took a picture of the buttons on my machine and I just made it bigger here. But basically you can just touch these buttons and it gives you the pH of the water that you want. But for example, we have the beauty water, which is at a pH of 6. And this one can be used as a toner. You can spray it on your face all day long. And that's because it basically mimics the pH of our skin. And you can use it on your hair, you can use it on your pet's hair. There's a water which is a pH 2.5, and this one is super duper acidic, meaning it's used as a disinfectant, and it's actually FDA registered for being a disinfectant. So because it has such a low pH, it's able to remove bacteria, remove germs. So people use this to basically disinfect their house, disinfect their dishes. I know businesses use this for their dishes. It like passes as the requirement. So like instead of using bleach, they use this. And then you can use that as hand sanitizer and all the other things. And then another water that comes out of your machine while this super strong acidic one is coming out is the pH 11.5. And there's no button on here because it comes out of the machine at the same time as this through a different hose. So that one has a super high pH. It's called the strong alkaline water. And that one is basically able to remove the pesticides from your produce. And it's basically able to dissolve oil because of its high pH. So these are just some of the other properties. And last week, I had another meeting where I went more in depth about what these different waters can be used for. But that's not what we're focusing on. But that was just like a quick little overview.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
How big is the box? Like the width of it?
So I would say it's like a big textbook that you can put. You want me to show? Okay, my mom is going to show you guys from the kitchen. Let me see. I'm gonna stop this share.
Yeah, and you guys, it looks just like the one in the picture.
Yeah, so that is actually yes, hold on. I'm gonna unmute myself so she can show you.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so
Mm-hmm.
I think the sound goes weird when she unmutes herself, but do you see the size? It's like a giant textbook, basically.
Yeah, it's not that big.
Yeah, it's not that big. And that's the one that we have. The company has, I'm sure, Aryan, do you guys have a different machine? A different model?
It looks a little bit different than that, yeah.
Yeah, so the company has different basically models of this machine, and this one is the best one, and it's the most expensive one because it has the most platinum plates inside the machine. So this one has literally 8 plates standing next to each other, 8 platinum plates, and the more platinum plates you have, the more antioxidation you get. So that's the only difference between the different machines. But basically all of them produce the different waters that I was talking about. All of them are microclustered water. All of them give you the pH 9.5 drinking water. The pricing just depends on the level of antioxidation. So for people who are sick, that are going through something, like doctors recommend the best one because you're able to get the most amount of results in the quickest time possible. So that's basically the difference between them, and they look a little bit different, but they're all pretty much the same size. They're just like a textbook that sits next to your sink on your kitchen counter. And then some people also install it under the sink. That's just their personal preference, but hope that answered your question.
Yeah, and what's the like price? Like, what's the most expensive model? You know,
So it's that
and like, what's the difference between the plates? From the one that like I have and from the one that you have. Like, how many plates do I have?
Okay, let me show you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you my slides so we can see this.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, can you guys see this? Okay, so basically, these are the different machines that the company gives out. This is the one that we have. It's called the K8 because it stands for Kangen 8, and this water is called Kangen water. And it has 8 plates inside of it. And then the one you have, is it this one, the SD501?
No, I think it's the one in the middle.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so these two, the SD501 Platinum and the one next to it, the SD501, inside of these two machines are actually exactly the same. So they both each have 7 plates inside of them.
Mhm.
The only difference between these two is that the outside of this one is just like platinum. So some people prefer that look. So it's $300 more expensive because of the outside like cover.
Yeah.
But
The
basically,
box is bigger too, though, right? I think the box is a little bigger than the other one, than the K8.
they're like
Is it?
the same size.
Oh,
Yeah, they're the same size as, and then the Junior 4, because it only has 4 plates, it's a little bit smaller. But basically, the plates are the quality of the plates are the same. They're all platinum plates. They're medically graved platinum plates inside the machines. The only difference is just the number of plates in them. So
right. I see. There's one more plate in the K8, so
yeah,
that means that that's like the
yeah.
ultimate.
Exactly. And I think the size of the plates are actually a little bit bigger. And the reason why the price jumps so high from this one, the 7 plates to the 8 plates, is because this one is touchscreen. Like the other one,
Exactly.
you have to press a button. This one that we have is touchscreen, and it also speaks 5 different languages. 8, sorry, 8 different languages. So I don't know if people like live in other countries and they want to like have a Spanish one. That's just why.
Easier to sell. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
easier
and
to
the
sell for sure.
technology is just, I guess that one just jumps because of the technology, but it does have the most amount of plates. And I think these two are honestly like the 7 plates and the 8 plates, they're still really amazing, both of them, you know?
Right. Mhm.
For the longest time, this SD501 machine with the 7 plates was the flagship. So for the longest time, for like almost 40 years, this was the best product that the company had. And then around 5 years ago, they came out with this new one. So they just added an extra plate, which gives you more antioxidants. And that's why it's more expensive.
No,
So
but it also looks a lot more modern. You know, it's
exactly.
really, for surely like people would accept that as like something they would add on to their household, basically, like because it's like this touch screen,
Yeah, exactly. They're
and
advancing.
Yeah, I didn't know you got like that Kangen water had a model looking like that. So that's actually really cool that you showed it because I had no idea there's one
Yeah,
that looks like that, you
exactly.
know.
Yeah, it's great. So it just shows you, yeah, it's good to know that there's different options because everyone has different preferences. Some people, they're like, you know what, like I don't have the finances for this. I just need this in my life. So you go with for what you have, basically.
No,
And
to tell your friends, you know, like because I have some friends that, you know, they would definitely be interested if that's like a modern look. Um,
yeah,
you know, like that kind of water with that kind of look comes into their household. Like they would not mind over like that platinum one. So it looks cool too, but I think
exactly.
like nowadays, like in this market, like because you know our audiences is usually just like the teenagers or like the you know the youth and stuff, like like you know like something like that. But young adults, and they wouldn't mind having something like that in their place. Like, and it's not really that much more expensive than the you know the machine the regular one, the platinum one.
Yeah, and this really
Hmm.
like is a luxury product, I feel like having this
Hmm.
because most celebrities like every president like they have this ionizer in their house because their team does
Hmm.
the research, they want them to have the best. So
For
like
sure.
this is like a luxury product, so like when it sits on your counter and like you said, especially
Yeah.
when it looks a little bit better, it's really cool.
Like smart people know what's good for them, so they're gonna have good water, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay. So the slogan of the company is actually change your water, change your life. That's what they say. And because of the amazing benefits, you really see why they actually use this slogan, because you change such a small thing in your life. But I know so many people who have bettered their health in so many amazing ways. Um, and also your finances and your income can increase with it, so you really can change your life, which is amazing. So imagine you like bring this water to your family, to your friends, and then you can also start by making a global impact by starting with your own community. um so when you're drinking Kangen water instead of bottled water, it's better for you, your family, and even if it seems like a small impact to the environment, um, like I invite you to do your part and clean up our world basically from bottled water around us by taking better care of yourself by drinking the healthiest water on earth, and then also inviting other people around you to do the same. So, um, let's see. Okay, I have another question for you guys. If you're looking to start working with a company, like a new company, what are some factors about the company that you care about? Like, what are some things that could be important about the company? Um, you guys can write in the chat and share your answers of what you think is important about a company that you maybe haven't heard about before. Its reputation. Okay, very good answer. Health. Very true. It's all about the value that you're bringing into other people's lives, because there's so many companies out there that work with like different things like perfume, watches, but it's really about your bringing value to other people. The reliability and support. Okay, very good answer. Certificates, quality of the products, the people, and leadership. Okay, I love these answers. Okay, very good answer. So now, knowing this, let's see, the income. Okay, great. So knowing this, we're going to talk a little bit about the company itself. So the company, like I said, is called Enagic. And it was made in Japan. It's a Japanese company. And it's been around for 49 years, I think almost 49 years. Um, it is an OEM company. This means it's an original equipment manufacturer, which means that everything that you get with your product, from the packaging that it comes in, the screws that are used in the product, every single thing is made inside the company itself, inside the factory in Japan. So they don't go to any third parties. They don't go anywhere else. Sorry, my brother is crying, but that's why it's important when it's OEM, because you know it's reliable and everything is made inside the company. They're also here in the US a member of the Direct Selling Association and also a member of the Better Business Bureau. So that's how you know it's real. And they're basically also reliable in that way for the business. And then Kangen Water. So when it started, it was only in Japan, but over the past 12 years, I believe it's been expanding to all over the world. That's why we have it here in the US now. And Nima, you're in London, which you know, it's a global business because there's offices all around the world. The one in London, the closest office to you is Germany. So that's the office that you would personally be working with. But like we have one here in LA that I always go to. And that's why it's great, because you can literally introduce this to anyone, no matter where you meet them, whether it's online, whatever it is, you can introduce it to them because they can use the benefits. And yeah, so they currently have 40 offices, which is good. So also tells you that it's reliable, not just like some starter website or whatever. And then some good things about this company itself is that there's no subscriptions that you have to pay every month to be enrolled or to do your business. No monthly qualifications. It's not like you have to meet a certain level of sales to still qualify for next month. There's no risk because you just buy a water ionizer for your health. And then if you want, you can also expand it to other people. So there's just like nothing you could lose from that. There is team support around you. So we work together as a team, and there's so many different ways to earn income. Like you can do online, there's just so many different methods that people take, and it just depends on you. And then they're predicting that this water ionizer is going to be the next kitchen appliance. So just like how we have fridges, we have microwaves, all these kitchen appliances, this is going to be the next one. So right now, in the whole entire world, there's a 0.1% market saturation. So that means out of every 1,000 homes in the entire world, one home owns one of these machines. And then recently, a few weeks ago in California, we hit 1% saturation, which means that 1 out of every 100 homes owns one of these water ionizers, which is cool because it tells you that it's expanding. And yeah, they're predicting that by 2050, all homes are going to have one of these as people like us expand it with others and share it with others, basically. And then the reason why this is important to like be involved in something like this is because we know that like we can't be using plastic water bottles forever, because not only are they harming our bodies because of the chemicals that leach off of the plastic, but they're also hurting our environment, as you know. And this says 29 billion plastic bottles are thrown away each year only in the US. And that is so ridiculous to me. So I feel like it's super important to help our planet by helping ourselves. So this is just super amazing. It's a win-win situation. Okay. Nima, you asked, does the machine get rid of the fluoride as well? Yes. So the machine, I'm not going to go too in depth about this, but basically when the water enters the ionizer, first it goes through a filter, and that filter removes fluoride, the heavy metals, anything that is basically toxic in the tap water, it removes it. So first there's a filter, it's a double carbon filter, and then it goes into the plates, the chamber with the plates where it does the where it gives you the 3 benefits of the water, where the actual magical part happens. But first, yes, it does that. And let me, since you asked, I'm going to quickly show this. Okay, so inside the ionizer, using those plates, there's a thing happening called electrolysis. And basically, this is where the water is separating into 2 pieces. As you can see, these are the positive ions in the water. And you see over here, you have fluoride, chlorine, nitrate, sulfate, and carbonate. So these are all the bad ions and bad molecules in the water that's being taken out. And then you're left with the negative ion, the negative electrons, which are hydrogen ions. And that's when you're left with iron, sodium, calcium, magnesium, and potassium. So this chart just shows you the process that's happening and the split of the water. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Let me see. Does anyone else have any other questions before I move on? Okay, I feel like I'm talking about so many different things tonight, but it's okay. Okay, great. So let's talk about where the money that we make is actually coming from. So in a normal retail distribution model, so like when you go out and you purchase any product, basically, a large percentage of the profit of each product that's being sold is actually paid out to third parties. That can be your warehousing, your advertisement, marketing, the slotting allowances, and so many other things. So a large portion of that is given out to third parties. This is in a typical retail environment. With this company, they decided to use all that money that they would typically pay to third parties and use it to reward people like us who want to share this life-changing water with other people around them. So their basically worldwide growth has continued to expand because of this, because it's so generous and it gives its distributors commission, and that's why it's been able to grow so much, and more people are starting to hear about it because of us, because we're just sharing it with people around us and people we meet, basically. And the business model itself is actually patented. It's called the 8-point commission model, basically 8-point business model. And this is because it's patented, it's very unique to itself. And I don't know of any other company that gives out commission like this. It is a true direct sales program or model, basically. And it's not like your traditional MLM or multi-level marketing, but it still empowers you to earn well beyond your own efforts. So I'm actually going to talk about how it pays out and how the commission is basically distributed. So basically, I'm going to use the K8 machine as an example. That's the one that we have, that we just showed you guys, which is the most expensive one for a household. And this one, the price of it is $4,980, and it's obviously not cheap. That's not a cheap price. But when you remember that it's a medical grade device and it produces real results, then it's kind of worth it in the end, especially because it gives you that business opportunity. So instead of having to make some big investment to start a new business, you can just start with this. And there's basically no limit to how far you can go. But let's talk about it. So every time any machine is sold, there's basically 8 points given out to distributors. And I cut up this little pie chart over here. As you can see, there's 8 little pieces. And for each time one of these devices are sold out, so the K8, which is the most expensive one, there is 8 pieces of $340 distributed out to the people that sold it, basically. So just remember, 1 point is $340. And the reason why we call it the 8-point commission system is because with each sale, there is 8 points. So this makes this, with this, I realized that the company pays out more than half of its retail price back to its distributors. And some people think that that's the reason why the device is so expensive, because so much commission is being paid out to the distributors. But remember that other companies use that margin, use that basically 40 to 60% towards their marketing. So for this company, instead of using it towards marketing, advertisement, third parties, they're giving it to us. They're giving it to the distributors, basically. And then it pays us. So there's incentive, there's motivation for us to be able to share this with others. And okay, I'm just gonna do a little overview because the business model, as you're in it more, you start to understand more how it works. But basically, there's different levels that you reach by yourself. So basically, when you first purchase your own machine, you're called a 1A. That stands for 1-point agent. So you're just a 1A. On your first sale that you have for someone else, you make $340. On your second sale, you're still a 1A, you make another $340. But then once you reach 3 sales, so once you're having your third sale, that's when you level up and you become a 2A. So that's your level now, that's your rank. Now you're known as a 2A, and for every sale that you're having, you are getting $680 from the company directly. And then that goes on until you have 10 sales, and then you become a 3A, which gives you $1,020 for every sale you're having. And then you continue, and then you become a 4A. That's when you have 20 sales. And when I say 20 sales, this doesn't mean that they're all direct sales. So if one of the people that you sold to, they're also interested in expanding and they want to go out and have sales as well, they can help you. And basically the 20 sales that you would need to become a 4A is your group sales. So anyone that's under you would consider, it's like a total number of sales basically. And then once you have 50 sales, you become a 5A, making $1,700 for every sale. And then you reach the rank of 6A. So this is after you and your whole team have had 100 sales together. And now for each device that you're selling, you're making $2,040. And where does this come from? Because now that you're a 6A, you're called a 6-point agent because you're making 6 points. So like when I go back here, if you add 6 of these together, 6 of these 8 points, that gives you $2,040. So it's basically a point system. And then I know the first time I heard this, it was definitely a lot to take in because it's something new. But what's great is that after you've reached the level of 6A, that's not where it stops. So basically, there's higher levels that you can reach up to the point where you get monthly allowances for the company, even if you stop working. So it doesn't correlate with how much you sell. It's just separate monthly allowance from the company. And then it also passes down to your kids. So you keep this as legacy, which is super amazing. But basically, like, let's say you reach the rank of 6A2-3. This is just a name of a rank. Not only do you get an extra $25,000 bonus from the company, but this is where you start getting the monthly allowances. And then as you level up, it just gets higher and higher. Like, as you can see this one right here, you're getting $80,000 monthly separate from your own sales. So this is just something set, and you're basically reaching these levels by creating other leaders. So if you're able to reach that rank of 6A, where you have 100 group sales, and then you're also able to help your downline, the people that you work with, to also become great leaders and also have 100 sales, then that's how you get to these really amazing levels. And It's great to note that there's so many people out there in the world that have reached these ranks. And a few weeks ago, there was an event in Torrance, and we actually got to meet so many of them, so many of these super successful people. And it's great to see that it's real. Like these people are out here and they're making all this money, which is great. So yes, that is the commission structure of this business model. Okay, so something else that's great is that you have the option to basically either only spend a few hours on this new business per week, like as a job on the side to add to your income, or if you're looking for something to commit to full time, then you also have that option, and it's even better because you're obviously focused on it and you're able to make more income, but it's basically your timing and however much time you want to put into it. So I know some people do it on the side in addition to their jobs currently, and then some people after being in it and they see that, yes, this is giving me more money, then I personally know some people that quit their old jobs and are committed to this only. And that is that. And does anyone have any questions right now? I talked a lot. Okay, you can continue to write your questions in the chat. But yeah, what's great when you're starting out is that like our team, we have their Zoom classes, just like how I'm holding a Zoom for you guys. There's so many videos, there's so many tools that have been created for this business that when you're starting out, you don't need to do all the explanation when you are trying to introduce it to people. Like there's me, my mom, people that can help you basically do all the explanation. There's so many great videos that are very, very educational about this. And then you just have to invite people to Zooms like this. So it's great that when you start out, you don't have to really, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, there's just so many tools that when you start out, it's super easy. I'm just reading the questions. It says, do you have to buy a device to start? So there's two options to start. You can either buy a device that gives you ionized water to start, or you can also purchase the turmeric pills that the company gives. So there's two different systems going on, and I did not talk about the turmeric pills, but that one is basically where you get a subscription for turmeric pills from the company, which are actually FDA registered, and they're super high quality. And once you're getting those subscriptions, you're buying the turmeric pills or the tea or the soap. That one has its own thing, and we can do a Zoom about that just to explain what it is exactly. But you can also do it that way. And when you are a subscriber of the turmeric pills, you can sell the pills and you can sell devices. So that's how you can start. Let's see. And there's also another option, and this is super rare with the company, but if you're super duper serious about the business, and you like already have a sale in mind, like you have made your sale, but you don't have a distributor ID to start, but you're super business, then you can do this thing with the company. It's called a Tucre, where they give you a distributor ID, and you basically are having your sales, and then a portion of your commission goes towards getting your own machine. So after like several sales, then your machine basically comes to you. But that's only if you're super duper serious about the business and you already have your people in mind, you have your sale, and you know, the true passion. But so there's basically two main ways with buying one. Turmeric pills, the subscription, and then also the Tucre, which is like kind of rare, but I've seen people do it. And then someone asked, is the income predictable like for making 3,000 a month? So yes, it definitely is, because when we work, I'm gonna stop sharing this. Okay, so this one is definitely predictable because when you plan it out, there's basically different models, and I'm not gonna show this right now, but in our classes, I've shown this where based on the number of people you introduce it to, you can roughly estimate how many people will join your team. So based on your desired income, you can plan out how many people you need to go and talk to. And that'll give you basically a prediction of what your income is going to be. So it's basically working with numbers and trying to introduce it to as many people as possible, but working with what you have and what you want, basically. So it just depends on you, but yes, it definitely is predictable because you just get to plan it out. Okay, that concludes my demonstration. I know I talked so much, but does anyone have any other questions I can answer?
So they give you a license to work with them, with the actual company?
So basically, you don't need a license, but when you have your device or your, did I say Tucray? What is, I'm so sorry. Can anyone help me out with this? What is the,
Ukon.
no, Ukon. What is the thing that's in the Ukons? I'm blanking out.
Turmeric.
Turmeric. Okay, yes, it's the turmeric pills. So basically, once you have one of these, the company gives you an ID. It's called a distributor ID because now you're a distributor, and using your ID, people can also make purchases. So when like I have sales, when I'm filling out the form, I write my own personal distributor ID that the company has given me. So yeah, you just get a distributor ID basically, and that's how you can start. But
And
no,
you do that online, or like, I mean, why not add, yeah, I mean, you could definitely add yourself to the company just
Yeah.
to sell. I mean, if you're gonna recommend it to your friends, why not get signed, like, you know, license and get money from them? It's for, like referring a friend.
exactly. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's great because you can fill out the forms like by hand if you want, or you can fill out the forms online. So it's great. You can literally super easy to have your
Cool.
sales. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Excuse me, Abajun. Thank you so much for your demonstration. That was awesome. Sometimes we need actually to talk a little bit more, and that was good. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
you're
I think, Aryanjan, again, back to your question. Once you have a sale, you're gonna get a ID, and then you don't need any license. Actually, any other sales after that goes with the ID. It's actually very simple. I
yeah.
think-
So when you buy a machine, like when you purchase one, you get your ID.
Yes, yes, yes.
Exactly. No license needed, which is great.
Yeah.
That's why anyone can do this. Like I'm over here, I'm 19 years old and I'm doing this just because I'm sharing something with other people. And we drink this water in our house. That's it. Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you, Abajun.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. It was amazing.
You're welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for your demonstration. I appreciate you
Yeah.
putting time into explaining it to people.
You're
It's really
welcome.
cool.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Abajun.
You're welcome. Is that Farish to June? Farish to June, is that you?
Juna.
Yes, okay, no, I just wanted to make sure that was you because it says iPhone. Chris asked, what are the tools that the company gives? So that's a great question. And I kind of want to do a Zoom just about this with our team members, but basically there's a portal that you can log into with your distributor ID, and you have access to a website. You have access to so many different videos. You have access to emailing campaigns where you can email your leads basically automatically from the company. And I can actually show this to you guys. Let me just quickly pull it up. But basically, by tools, okay, yeah, I'll show you. by tools, I'm also I'm also referring to the videos that are out there, how we have these Zoom demos that you can just invite people to and they're gonna learn about it without you having to like explain it necessarily. Okay, let me share this. So we come here, this is called the Enagic back office. And I'm going to log in.
June, can I have a quick question as I'm here?
Sure.
I was talking to your mom today. There are so obviously two websites, kind of. The one is the EWS and the other one is actually reachable with informations.enagic.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, so when I come here, do you guys see this on the left? I can hit Enagic portal and it's gonna take me to a new page. This is where the other basically login is. And this website is where you can see all your sales under you. I'm gonna, like, if I hit this right now, it's gonna show me all of my sales and my downline basically. So these are the two different websites. This one is just to show you your downline. And then this one is where all the tools are. So on the left, I can find all the forms over here. Like let's say the US forms, someone wants to make a single payment and become a distributor. It's just gonna give me the forms. Oops, it's just gonna show me all the forms that I need. Like you see, I'll need these 3 forms if someone wants to become a distributor by making a single payment. And then let's say I have a sale in Mexico, I can open up the Mexico tab, and then the return policy, there is machine prices in pesos. I think that's what they use in Mexico. But yeah, basically, because it's global, there's different countries like Canada, Australia, and the different forms you have access to. And then you can come, there's actually so much on this. If I click on the marketing system, this is where I have access to the website that the company gives me. And then I can also purchase a pre-made website basically for a monthly price. So it's basically a website you can share with people that already has everything on it about the water. And there's different looks that you can use. But so this is where you have all the tools available to you, like the emails. I still have some exploring to do here because there's so much on here, but I'm still learning about it. But yeah.
June, I have another question as
Sure.
there is a possibility actually that you kind of market the I don't know actually the title for that. Help me please. Your mom sent it to me. There are some tools that Enagic actually gave the distributors to announce or to market actually the K8 or all other products. So with your own URL or with your own, do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the website with that the company gives you?
I think actually it's not about the website because website, as we said, is actually pre-made. The other things that with digital marketing, so that you can actually put the product actually in your. No, I have to go back to the blog that I got
Like
from
a campaign. The campaign?
Yes, I think something. Yes, I think so. Is
Okay.
that here also available?
Yes. So I just went under marketing systems and then I went to campaign manager. and there's
Uh-huh.
different plans I can use. So the company gives you a free one already.
Mhm.
And then you can basically upgrade to have access to more things. Like if you do the $30 a month, for example, you can upload like 250 contacts on there. And it's going to give you like, it's gonna have different ways that you can communicate with them. Like the emails, there's 2 different landing pages. Like you see the contact emailer, like these are automated emails. So yeah, this is where it is. It's called the campaign manager.
Okay.
Let's see. So, okay, you asked if there's forms for the UK. Yes, there are. I'm gonna come to the Enagic forms, and it would just be in the let me see. I've done this before for the UK. I think it would be the Germany, but I don't know what Germany. Let's see, which one is Germany? Oh no, it's Europe. Oh my God, why can I not find Europe? Does anyone see Europe on here? I always. Anyways. Oh, I think it's because my page was small. There we go. I see it. Okay. It's because I had made my page smaller, so it wasn't showing me everything. But yes, so I just went on Europe. And then let's see, the one for Germany, that's, oh no. But yes, okay. I'm having trouble because I'm freaking out, but I will send
No,
you.
Germany is, I think, DE.
Yes, but for the UK, there are forms.
For UK, it should be EN.
Oh,
England.
yes. Thank you guys. I don't know why I was having so much trouble. Okay, so yeah, like I can find the product order form. Uh-oh. Can you guys see the whole page over here? Okay. Like this is the product order form for the UK, and there's a few other forms that you would just need to fill out that are found here. I hope that answered your question. Yes, yes. Europe, which is England. Thank you very much. Okay. Does anyone else have any general questions right now? But yeah, that just shows you how there's all this stuff you have access to. Let's see. Okay. And then I am also going to hold an event next week again. Brian. I'm going to hold another Zoom meeting, and I think it's good to talk about the water. So maybe I will show the demonstration of the water, because the water that I was talking about with the 3 different properties, we can actually do tests and compare it to other waters, whether it's bottled water, whether it's tap water, to show the differences. And I haven't done that in a while. So I think I'm going to do that next week, and I will invite you guys. So you can actually see the demonstration, and it's really cool. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, I didn't know water can do that. So I'm going to do that next week. Most likely it'll be Thursday at 7:30 p.m. California time. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, that concludes everything. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much, Abajun.
You're
That
welcome.
was great, Aziza.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Have a good night. Bye. Thanks to everyone for
Thank
joining.
you.
I hope you guys
All
learned
right.
something new. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Marian, thank you. Bye, Fish. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Ryan.
Oh, Farzan the June, were you here? I didn't see you. Hello, thank you for joining.
I saw her. Like
You saw her?
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't-
an hour ago. Remember, you said, Fatima, is that you with iPhone? Remember?
No, that was Farishta. This is Farzan, it's someone else.
Yeah, I saw her. We were talking.
Anyways, okay, I'm not sure if she's still here.
You know how you know? You talk to Esco. Done.
Esco is Chris.
Oh. What?
What's up, Ryan?
Good.
How's school
Okay,
today?
okay, so I think, yeah, good. I think we're gonna make our own meeting right now. I think we're gonna have a private quick, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up? What's the word on the street?
Okay. Okay, so today what we're gonna do is wait, 1 moment. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Hi, Jess. How are you?
I'm actually doing well. How are you? I haven't seen you. Just
Oh,
here.
you're right here. Just come out of
Where?
the bedroom.
Coming.
What's up? I know. I want to, but it's like freezing outside right now.
No, he was talking to, because
Oh,
my mom is in the
got you.
same house as us, but she's in a different room and on Zoom. So
Why?
Look, okay, wait, look at me.
hold on. You know, I don't know why. Good question.
Wait, let me.
Ryan, can I hold on? I'm trying to do
Ow.
something on the computer. Okay. Was that educational for you? Did you learn anything new? Chris?
I looked at the notes actually. I would say like probably like I heard about the pills. I don't remember them being specified as turmeric, or maybe I just didn't like. I don't know. Like now I know that they're turmeric. I don't know exactly what the process is. Like I could ask about that. Get a little nerdy with it because I used to take turmeric pills
Oh,
like
oh
a
my God.
lot. Like I know, like I was on the trend for like, or not even a trend because it's actually fire, but like since like 2016, like 2015.
Yeah. So the turmeric pills, this company is actually the only, like, basically it has the only turmeric pills that are FDA approved. And that's because they come in like a special packaging. Ryan, can you go get one of the turmeric pills, please?
Sure.
And
One whole pack. One whole.
yeah, just like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just get
Okay,
that.
Ryan is gonna come bring it to show you so you can see what they look like basically when they come. But yeah, the turmeric pills are amazing because of the antioxidation. And yeah, so yeah, because of the packaging, which I'll show you in a little bit, they're actually able to keep.
So this is one whole.
Ryan.
I'm gonna just go smaller and smaller. Let me show it. So
Okay.
move to computer.
Okay, Ryan is going to show you how they come.
Okay, so this is one whole box. Okay, and then inside are some other little boxes. And then inside these little boxes are like 5. There's like
I just want to show the inside of this.
just looking.
Okay, so this is a little box and
It's just so cute. It's tiny. It's just so cute.
okay, so
Love the energy, Ryan. Keep it up.
So you see the packaging, because of this specific packaging, the aluminum, the properties of the turmeric are actually able to last until you like open it and you start eating it. So that's why they're FDA approved, because of this packaging. Whereas other ones, they come in just like normal bottles and other ways, and because of sunlight and what they go through, they start to lose their properties over time. But this way you can literally, it's like fresh. And what's really cool is that they wash the turmeric and grow the turmeric with Kangen water. So they use the different waters to actually produce
That's
it.
crazy.
Isn't that crazy in Japan. I think that's so cool. They wash it with like the
Ahead of its time, for sure.
yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, most people who like own one of these water ionizers, they end up also getting the pills because they just like love the company so much.
I think that's the first one you're actually supposed to get.
Okay, but so right now